In 2009, one of the strangest and most mysterious cases in the United States began. A case that left investigators confused for years with no clear answers. It was the story of a small, quiet family known as the Jamisons. From the outside, their life seemed completely normal, with no major issues or warning signs that anything was about to go terribly wrong. The father, Bobby, was known as a calm and responsible man who cared deeply about his family. The mother, Sherilyn, spent most of her time with their young daughter, Madison, who was only 6 years old. They were a simple family, living an ordinary life, just like many others. But one day, they made a big decision. They wanted a fresh start. They planned to buy land deep in the mountains, far away from the noise of the city, and build a new life surrounded by nature. It sounded peaceful, even hopeful. On the day they left to visit that land, no one could have imagined it would be the last time anyone would ever see them. They drove off together, bringing their belongings and even their dog along the trip. Hours passed, then a full day, then several days. No calls, no messages, no signs of life. Their relatives became worried. This was not like them at all. They would never just disappear without telling anyone. Eventually, the police were contacted, and a search operation began. But what they were about to discover would turn this simple missing person into a terrifying mystery. What really happened to the Jamison family? Was their decision to go the biggest mistake of their lives? The search was not easy. The area they had traveled to was remote, surrounded by dense forest, steep hills, and long stretches of silence. It was the kind of place where anything could happen, and no one would notice. After several days of searching, investigators finally found the family's vehicle. It was parked deep in the woods, far from any main road. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual, but as they got closer, things became unsettling. Inside the car, they found the family's dog, still alive. The dog was weak, dehydrated, and clearly had been trapped for days. How it managed to survive remained a mystery, but that wasn't the strangest part. Inside the vehicle, everything was still there. Large amounts of cash, their phones, clothes, and personal belongings. Nothing was stolen, nothing was disturbed. The doors were closed, the car looked untouched, and yet, the family was gone. No signs of struggle, no blood, no footprints leading anywhere. It was as if they had simply stepped out and vanished into thin air. Investigators began asking difficult questions. Did they leave willingly? Did someone take them? Or did something happen so suddenly that they had no time to react? Then, during the investigation, they found something unexpected. A small digital camera. What was inside that camera would make the mystery even darker. When investigators reviewed the footage from the camera, they didn't expect to find anything unusual. But one particular video immediately caught their attention and raised even more questions. The footage showed the Jamison family inside their garage, sometime before they disappeared. At first, everything looked normal, until you paid closer attention. Their behavior was strange. They were moving objects back and forth repeatedly, picking things up, putting them down, then picking them up again, over and over for hours. There was no clear purpose, no normal conversation, no signs of calm behavior. Their faces looked tense, almost frightened. It was as if they were under extreme stress or reacting to something that couldn't be seen on camera. Some investigators suggested that this behavior could be linked to psychological issues or the influence of a substance. Others disagreed, saying the fear in their expressions seemed very real. What made it even more disturbing was the timing. This video appeared to be recorded shortly before they vanished, almost like it captured their final known moments. Were they afraid of something? Were they being watched? Or did they know something terrible was about to happen? Instead of giving answers, the footage only deepened the mystery. And the most shocking discovery was still yet to come. Months passed, then years. The case slowly went cold, with no solid leads and no clear explanation. The Jamison family had seemingly disappeared without a trace. Then, nearly 4 years later, a shocking discovery was made. Deep in the forest, not far from where the vehicle had been found, investigators discovered human remains. After careful analysis, it was confirmed. The remains belonged to the entire Jamison family. The case had reached a tragic conclusion, but it brought no closure. there was still no clear answers. No evidence of violence, no weapons, no clear cause of death, nothing that could explain how or why they died. Even more confusing, they were found relatively close to the car. They hadn't traveled far, so why didn't they return? What made them leave the safety of their vehicle? Experts tried to piece everything together, but every theory had gaps. No explanation fully made sense. The case was eventually closed, but the truth remained unknown. And that's when the theories began to emerge. After the case was officially closed, many theories began circulating, each explaining what really happened to the Jamison family. Some believed the family was involved in strange rituals, especially since reports suggested Sherilyn had an interest in the supernatural. Could that have played a role? Others believed it was a hidden crime. Maybe someone had been watching them, waiting for the perfect moment to act, leaving behind no evidence. Another theory suggested they may have been under the influence of something that caused confusion and irrational behavior, which could explain the strange footage from the garage. But the most chilling theory of all was that something unknown in the forest was responsible, something that made them leave their car, walk into the wilderness, and never come back. Was it fear? Was it something they saw? Or something we still don't understand? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. Now it's your turn. What do you think happened? Write your theory in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because the next story might be even more terrifying.